Children are among those out on the streets to welcome the Supreme Guide of the Muslim Brotherhood as he passes through Manafea in the Nile Delta. This region, birthplace of ousted President Hosni Mubarak, is today draped in the colours of the Brotherhood. Its supporters no longer have to hide their allegiance. The Supreme Guide is visiting the town of Shabin El Koum to open a new branch of the organisation. In charge of the opening ceremony is former MP Ashraf Badr Eddine, one of the movement's most influential members. He's a figurehead whose sympathisers can now support without fear of imprisonment.
The whole world is waiting to see our plans through our political party Freedom and Justice and through our work with the people.
The organisation is aiming high. It has to grow quickly to make the most of the new atmosphere of freedom and gain ground. Even before any elections have taken place, many supporters already have grand plans.
Today they're reaping the benefits of their work. In the long term, we must install an Islamic caliphate based on the law of Allah all over the world, God willing.
A caliphate made up of a federation of Islamic states was the dream of Hassan al-Banna, who founded the Muslim Brotherhood in 1928. The current Supreme Guide, Mohammed Badi, has stepped closer to achieving that dream. For the past 60 years, the group has only known suppression at the hands of the state. But the years underground are over. In itself, the opening of this centre symbolises a cut with the past.
A new era has begun. We've overcome evil, corruption and despotism. We will build our country on values and principles worthy of Egypt in all its aspects, Muslim and Christian.
Outnumbered, the police become a part of the crowd. A wave of people follows the Supreme Guide, and thousands of supporters are up ahead. They sing the national anthem to show that above all, the Muslim Brotherhood are patriots. These young supporters repeat the motto of the Brotherhood. Our path is jihad, or holy struggle.
We in the Muslim Brotherhood say from the bottom of our hearts, the will of Allah is our goal.
The Muslim Brotherhood are coming out of the shadows, but with caution.
All these activities and all these opportunities available to us now through official bodies or in civil society will allow the brothers to prove their ability to lead society towards freedom, justice and reform, as they've promised.
Just a few months ago, this sort of event would have been unimaginable. Members of the Brotherhood are filming it for their own television channel, a key weapon in the battle for hearts and minds. The channel they're launching is called Egypt 25. The first guests on the new channel are all Muslim Brotherhood members who were militants in the movement's early days.
I went into the prison cell. There were 7 other prisoners in there already.
The channel has hired professional journalists who aren't all members of the Brotherhood, such as presenter Ashraf al-Balkani.
Other channels which existed before the revolution are wary of the Muslim Brotherhood. Members appear on those channels only to defend their ideas, but they've never had the chance to really put forward the projects that they're planning for Egypt's development.
This guest is a former political prisoner. On set, he recalls Egypt's colonial era.
Under the British, there was more freedom than today. I was able to walk around with the weapon, not far from here. We had ammunition as well. No one questioned us.
The right to bear arms is a touchy subject for the presenter. Themes that could scare off public support aren't welcome here. Meanwhile, the channel says it's planning to invite guests who are known for their anti-Brotherhood views.
We're recording the first episode. There will be others. Our guests will come from across the political spectrum. Don't worry.
Television captures minds, while social work captures hearts. That's what pharmacist Hatem Ali does for the Brotherhood.
Where are you going to hang that?
Over at the mosque,
Which one?
the Mosque of Ali.
The biggest one around here?
That's right.
In a few hours, this local branch of the Brotherhood will become a clinic for the poor.
No problem, you get the medicines. We'll sort out the ones that have expired.
Everyone will need medication.
No problem, if we need to, we'll go to the drugstores. I don't do politics.
Are you part of the Muslim Brotherhood Party, Freedom and Justice?
No, nothing to do with it.
You're simply a Muslim Brotherhood member?
Yes, a member of the Brotherhood, but only spiritually. When you do something good, it's for God. It's not for the Muslim Brotherhood. And all the members should act like that.
Nevertheless, the Brotherhood's logo is everywhere, such as here at the mosque and inside in the makeshift clinic. These good works are the Brotherhood's main means of recruitment, and it's effective.
People like us, and it reassures them to see our slogans. It's a question of trust.
It's a question of trust between us and the Brotherhood.
You trust them?
Yes, hugely, thanks to what they do. They do a lot of good for us.
The woman is here to have her son looked at for a problem with his knees. What's the diagnosis?
An inflammation of the knee joints.
How do you know?
Because of the sort of pain. I've examined his legs, it's normal.
The mother trusts the diagnosis. Here, dentistry is practiced without instruments. Just words.
How old are you?
10.
Those who benefit from this free medical aid are potential voters in the upcoming elections. To take part, the Muslim Brotherhood has started its own political party. Another town, another banner. But the method is the same. We're in the town of Zakazek, north of Cairo. Nagi Naguib was the first Coptic Christian to join the Freedom and Justice Party in this region. His membership has confounded his own Christian community and delighted the Brotherhood, who say that having a Christian member shows that they seek consensus across all groups. In their discussions, they avoid controversial subjects such as recent Muslim attacks on Christian churches.
We must have a constitutional state based on democracy.
Everyone equal before the law, with no distinction between Muslims and Christians.
Alcoholic drinks are sold in Egypt. What do you think of that?
We would refer it to a parliament elected by the people after free and fair elections.
Farid Ismail's own view remains unclear, but his answer would reassure those outside the Brotherhood. We follow the party representatives to a final meeting. The electoral campaign is already underway, and the speakers are refining their positions. Are you going to run as a Christian?
Why do you focus on that? I'm an Egyptian citizen, an Egyptian citizen. There's no difference between Christians and Muslims.
You agree with the application of Sharia law?
Whether or not I accept it, I live in a society which is 90% Muslim.
The campaign is set out for the political meeting across town. Well organised and disciplined, the meeting has a dividing line down the middle to separate men and women. The size and professionalism of the meeting shows the Brotherhood are serious about gaining power. In this part of Cairo, not far from Tahrir Square, we find the headquarters of another group called the Egypt Current Party. Many of those who started the party are young members of the Muslim Brotherhood, but they're politically separate. And like many in their generation, they're experts when it comes to using social networks.
Look, you see here I'm on our party's Facebook page. It's got more than 4,700 likes. We follow their contributions and reply to the requests for information.
The page also advertises party members' TV appearances. But because of their independence from the political arm of the Muslim Brotherhood itself, they're considered dissidents and are known as such in the media.
Some of us are in the Brotherhood, others aren't. The media emphasize the idea that we're dissidents because it sounds good for their audience, but the reality is different. There are a number of streams of thought in our party.
A few days after we filmed this, Islam Lotfi was expelled from the Muslim Brotherhood. His freedom of opinion didn't fit in. This is a young party, and they work together.
I don't like the way the pyramids are done.
Is it possible to move the pyramids a bit?
For Hind, it's possible to separate from the Brotherhood politically without leaving its ideological roots.
I joined the party with my ideas from the Brotherhood. That's not necessarily bad for the party. True, the Brotherhood has principles, but my ideas never collide with those principles.
I am part of the Brotherhood, but I do think that you can act politically in an independent way, in dialogue with the party that the Brotherhood has created.
But with dissent not easily tolerated within the Brotherhood, it's difficult to know exactly how they'll work within the confines of a democracy. They say they won't compete for a parliamentary majority or put forward a presidential candidate. In the meantime, they'll continue to shape society as they have here for decades.